Hello, it's Ruth from Nortle. Welcome to week 2 of our summer series of fitness videos for FND Friends. These are designed to help you keep your stamina up while our regular classes take a little break. We look forward to seeing you back in September when normal classes resume, but we hope that these are keeping your fitness up in the meantime. You can watch them as many times as you like over the summer. Today's session, you're going to need a cushion. The reason that we sometimes use things like cushions as part of our rehab process with FND is because the FND brain gets stuck in what they call the focused mode, which is where the more you try to do the movement, the more you concentrate on it, the more you try to send those messages, the harder it is and the more your brain will resist you. So by using different things to distract your brain, such as cushions, it allows us to tap into more of that automatic movement. So sometimes during our classes, we will ask you to use different resources because it allows us to switch into that automatic mode. I hope that makes sense. So go grab yourself a cushion and we'll get started. So first of all, I need you to just get yourself into a comfortable position, into a chair. So these sessions will follow the typical pattern for the FND Fitness classes for FND Friends. There will be a warm-up, a stamina section, a balance section, a mat section, then a cool down, and then finally we'll end on a relaxation. Join in for as much or as little as you feel able to and follow what's right for you today. Don't push anything. If you have any symptoms, please feel free to take a break. Just do what is right for you today and listen to your body. So to get started, I'd like you to just get into a comfortable position in a chair. And we're just going to calm our nervous system down by taking a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. As always, we'll do this a few times throughout the session, just to remind your nervous system that all is safe and everything is okay. While you're taking these breaths, I'd just like you to take a moment to thank yourself for watching this video today, continuing to come back to FND Fitness classes, and for taking some time to connect with your body and giving your brain a chance to move freely. And taking the time to connect with your body. Well done. You've done the hardest part, which is just deciding to join. So when you're ready, let's move into our warm-up. So to start, I'd like you to put your chin on your chest, nice and slowly. And slowly lift your head up to the ceiling, following it with your gaze. And lower back to the middle. Turn your head slowly to the left. And back to the middle. And then slowly to the right. Just notice how your body feels today. I'd like you to place your left ear towards your left shoulder. Go with what works for you today. Then back to the center. Then right ear to right shoulder. And back to the center. Well done. Then we're going to slowly lift our ears up towards our shoulder. And then release and push them down. And then we're going to do that once more. Slowly up to the shoulders. And then release and push them back down. Well done. And we're going to slowly start to roll our shoulders backwards. Excuse me. Notice any tightness. Just go with what feels right for your body. And we're going to change direction and go the other way. Well done. Then let your hands hang heavy for a second. Then I want you to take your right hand and we're just going to reach it over to the left with a bit of a twist, following it with your gaze. And come back to centre. And then take your left hand and do the same on the opposite side. And come back to centre. Well done. Then we're going to wake up our core muscles a little bit. So we're going to stretch our arms all the way up to the ceiling in a swooping motion. So we're going to swoop all the way up, follow it with your gaze, and then swoop all the way down to the floor. And then slowly rise. And then we're going to do that once more. So swoop all the way up. And then down. And slowly rise. Well done. You guys are doing great. Next, I'd like you to pop your hands together. And I want you to push your right hand with your left hand. So we're just going to give a bit of a wrist stretch. Push in one direction. And then back to centre. And then we're going to push the other way. So right hand pushes left hand. Brilliant. Well done. Then we're going to hold our hands out in front of us, nice and straight. And we're going to start to do circles, small circles with our wrists. Well done. Then we're going to gradually get those circles to be a bit bigger. Until they're as big as they can go and you're swooping right next to your ears. Well done. Then we're going to change direction and go back the other way. Start off with nice big circles. And gradually get them smaller. So we're just back at the centre. With our little ankle, with our wrist movements. Well done. Brilliant. And relax. I'm going to come down to our legs now. So what I'd like you to do is very similar, but with your left leg first of all. So we're going to pop our left leg out in front of us. And we're going to do ankle circles this time. So in one direction, start off with small ankle circles. And then we're going to gradually get them bigger. Well done. So they're as big as they can go. Nice hip opener. Brilliant. And then change direction. Gradually get them smaller. So we're just back at the ankle. Well done. And relax. We're going to come over onto our right foot now. So we're going to start with our right foot. And we're going to do some ankle turns. Well done. And we're going to gradually then turn that into leg movements and get that leg movement a little bit bigger. Make sure that you're sat up nice and straight and your core is supported. And we're going to get them as big as we can go. Open up that hip. Then we're going to change direction and go the other way. Well done. Gradually getting smaller until we're just back at that ankle. Well done. And relax. Good job. Next, what I want you to do is to take your left leg and point your toes up to the ceiling and then point your toes forward. And we're just going to flex between these two movements, toes up and toes forward. Good toes, naughty toes. Just to warm up that ankle a little bit further. Well done. And relax, and then swap legs. Back and forth with this foot. Go at the speed that's right for you. Well done. And relax. I want you to wriggle your bottom as far forward in the chair as you safely can. Come up onto your tiptoes, and we're just going to draw some circles with our knees. Well done. In one direction. Good job. You can hold on to your chair or be unsupported, whatever works best for you. And then change direction and go the other way. Well done. That completes our warm-up. Before we move on to the stamina section, we just want to take a few reassuring breaths for our brain and our nervous system. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just want you to take your cushion, and we're just going to start by having our feet hip width apart, flat on the floor, and we're going to lift the cushion up above our head. So just lift it with both hands up above the head, keep your gaze forward, and then drop it back down. We're going to do 5 of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Then we're going to do some out to the side. So same thing again, but we're going to lift the cushion out to the side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Now what we're going to do to make our arms warm up a little bit and to make them work together, I want you to throw that cushion gently up above your head, and then we're going to catch it. And we're going to do 5 repetitions of those. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, hit the light. 5, brilliant. And then we're going to do out to the side on each of those as well. So this is working our core, our arms, and it's really tapping into that automatic movement that I was talking about. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're not for you. Brilliant. Next, what I want you to do is to take your cushion, hold it out directly in front of you, and then we're going to twist to the side and hold for a moment, and then twist round to the other side and hold for a moment. Brilliant. Come back to the centre and then do the same again. Twist to the left, hold, back to the centre, twist to the right, hold, back to the centre. Well done. This time what I want you to do is to lift up your cushion above your head, and we're going to hold it straight up there for the count of 5. Here we go. So lift up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant. And bring it back down and lift up again to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back down again. And once more, lift up to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. This time we're going to hold our cushion out in front of us for the count of 5. So directly in front. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. And we'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Well done. And once more, hold it out in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Great job. I'm going to move down into our legs now. I'd like you to place the cushion in between your legs, and we're going to squeeze it together for the count of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. And we're going to do that again. Squeeze it together for the count of 5. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. And once more on those legs. So squeeze together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. Next, I want you to take your cushion and I want you to put it on one side, on the other side of one of your legs. So I'm starting with my left leg and I put it on the outer side of my left leg. Then lean forward slightly and press my hand on the other side of the cushion to give it some resistance. And what I want you to do is to push your left leg into that cushion, squishing the cushion. Here we go. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and release. Well done. 2 more repetitions of those. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. And then once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. And then you've guessed it, we're coming over onto the other leg. So onto your right leg now. Cushion on the outer side. Give it a big squeeze into that cushion. And hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and release. And once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and release. Well done. And once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done, and release. It's a really good job. We worked up those legs now. Going to move down to our feet. So what I'd like you to do is to first of all put the pillow on the floor, and we're just going to pop our feet on top of it. And I just want you to scrunch your toes up, seeing if you can get the pillow to move. This is really working those little muscles in our toes. Give them a big scrunch. Well done. Brilliant. Well done, and then rest. And then what I want you to do is to really push down into that pillow, into that cushion, see if you can make it squish. And we're going to hold that for 3 repetitions of 5. So here we go, push down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. I'm just moving my cushion a bit closer underneath me to give me a bit more push. Next repetition, here we go, push down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and release. And the last one, here we go, push. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well done. And then this next one, what I want you to do is to alternate which foot you're pushing through. So I want you to just spend some time just doing some gentle marching, effectively, but into the cushion, really trying to push down into that cushion. Having the distraction of the cushion helps our brain access this movement in a different way. So it can really help sometimes if that movement is stuck. That's it, nice gentle pushing into that cushion. Well done. And relax and come back to center. Brilliant. The next one we're going to do is we're going to take the cushion a bit back in between our knees, and then we're going to use all of our core strength in our back, so try and make sure you're sat up nice and straight, and hold on to your chair if it helps, and we're going to try and lift that cushion up off the floor and then back down again. I'm just going to spend about 20 seconds here going up and down. Well done. Try not to drop the cushion. Last couple. Brilliant. And release. Well done. That's a really tough one, that one. We're going to drop the cushion now onto our feet and do the same with our feet. So Get yourself into a position in the chair where you can put your feet slightly out straight, and we're just going to lift the cushion off the floor, up and down. Keeping our feet together. Well done. This takes a lot of core strength. Well done. Tuck your tummy in, keep your back straight. Last couple. And release. Well done. Good job. Going to move into our balance section now, which again has a little bit of that cushion in as well. So we're going to take our cushion with us. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold at the moment. A bit of a cough. Okay, so just pop your cushion down for a moment, and we're going to start with some of our really core exercises for our feet. So our balance system is made up of three different Well done. So we're just going to start with some of our core balance exercises. This is to increase the amount our brain is talking to our feet and increase the strength in our feet. So I'd like you to stand with feet hip width apart, and we're just going to come up onto our tiptoes and then back down again. And just do this at a pace that works for you. These are some of our core exercises for our balance work. Strengthening our legs, strengthening all those muscles in our toes, encouraging our brain to talk to our feet. A couple more. You can choose whether you are holding on or whether you are hovering above the chair. Well done. And then we're going to work the opposite side. So we're going to keep our heels on the floor and lift our toes up. Again, you can choose whether you are doing this holding on or hovering. It's a little bit harder, this one. Most people have to hold at least with one hand. Working all those little muscles in our feet. Well done. A couple more. Brilliant. And rest. Well done. Now we're going to bring our cushion into it. So what I want you to do is to pop your cushion on the floor. And I want you to just come up and stand on your cushion. And just notice how that affects your balance. Well done. So this is working what they call your proprioception, or that feedback in your feet. And I want you to just have a little bit of a wiggle on here, maybe do some little circles. Just get that body used to being on an uneven surface. So this is really good if you want to go to the beach or a woodland track or somewhere that there's going to be a little bit of uneven surface. So it's just helping all of that proprioception kick in. Well done. If you're doing circles, change direction, mix it up a little bit. Do one with one leg and then the other. The idea is just to move around whilst you're stood on this uneven surface, but in a safe way, because you've got your chair there. You can just feel what that feels like. Well done. Lovely. And then hold onto your chair and step off of your cushion. Come down and grab your cushion, and we're going to place it between our knees. Oh, I'm suddenly regretting having such a big cushion, but it is beautiful. So feet roughly hip width apart, wherever's comfortable for you to be able to keep that cushion in between your legs. And we're just going to take some slight dips in our knees. So hold on to the chair or don't hold on to the chair. We're just going to keep our back straight, as straight as we can. Slight dip in our legs, in our knees, and then come back up again. And see if you can keep that cushion in between your legs. Well done. Great job. Couple more. Well done. And release the cushion, pop it back down somewhere safe, and come back into this normal standing posture, hip width apart. Well done. Now we're just going to work on what we call our postural sway a little bit. We often do this in class. This is us getting our brain comfortable with the idea that it needs to talk to our ears and be less reliant on our vision. So I'd like you to stand with your feet together, and I'd like you to have the chair in front of you. You can hover above or hold on, and we're just going to spend a moment there with our eyes open first of all, noticing the difference that it feels with our feet together. So we've reduced our balance a little bit, reduced our centre of gravity or base of support, sorry. And we should have a little bit of a wobble. You can see here I'm doing just a slight wobble. That's called your postural sway. That's really normal. Try not to be nervous about this. This is what your brain should be doing. It's making little adjustments to figure out where your body is and how to balance yourself. Now what I'd like you to do, if it feels comfortable, is to make this a little bit harder by closing our eyes. So we're going to remove one of our balance systems. So here we go. I'm going to close our eyes. And you should notice a little bit more wobbliness now. You've got your chair there, so you're safe. You can grab onto it any time. Just spend a few seconds here being comfortable with that postural sway. Your brain talking to your feet, using your ears, figuring out where the middle is, what's normal for you. Well done. If this is really uncomfortable or really difficult, it might be something that you need to practice in short bursts throughout the day, just a few seconds in a safe space throughout the day. It will help your brain start to use its other balance systems again. Often with FND, we become a bit overly reliant on our vision, so this really helps. Well done, and open your eyes. Good job. Put your feet back to normal, hip width apart. And what I want you to do is to hold on to the back of your chair, put your head straight forward. And I want you to keep your head still, but I want you to flick your eyes between two different points in the room, one to the left and one to the right. So again, this is reducing our reliance on our vision. So keep your head still, just flick your eyes from one side of the room to the other. Brilliant. Now our last one in our balance section, I want you to, this time I want you to turn your head quickly from those two sides of the room. So those two objects that you were looking at earlier, what I want you to do is to turn your head and your eyes from one to the other. Well done. Brilliant. Come back to centre. And then before we move on to the mat, just take a few of those deep grounding breaths to calm our nervous system back down. There's been a few challenges in there for our brain. So let's just remind it that it's safe. In through the nose and out through the mouth. A few of those rescue calm grounding breaths. Well done. Now if it's available to you, come on to the mat. And we're going to need our cushion for this mat section as well today. So we're going to come down into our bridge pose, which is where our hands are down by the side, palms touching the floor, knees are in a bent position, with feet roughly hip width apart. And we're just going to start by doing some gentle bridges. So push through your feet, push through your hands, lift your bottom off the mat. And then slowly come back down. And then repeat. Well done. Just going to spend a moment here, going up and down, warming up our core muscles. Brilliant. And release. This time, I want you to grab your cushion and we're going to pop it in between our legs and we're going to repeat that activity, seeing if we can make sure that the cushion stays in position. So feet still hip width apart, hands still down by the side, palms planted, oh, it's quite hard to say, palms flat on the floor. And we're going to push through our hands, through our feet and lift our bottom up, trying to keep that pillow in position. And back down. And just notice if this feels any different than it did before. Does it help your brain access this movement in a different way? This is now also having to think about keeping that pillow in position. Well done. And a couple more. I can feel I'm putting more weight through my legs. What do you notice? Well done. And release. Good job. We're staying in that bridge pose, but grabbing our cushion. What I want you to do is we're going to lift the cushion up straight, and then we're going to tip it above our head. Move out the way, reduce. Okay, so we're going to lift the cushion up straight, and then all the way flat above our head, and then back up straight, and then back down to our knees. Just follow that pattern for a moment, pausing when you're at vertical, straight up to the ceiling. Well done. Make this your last repetition. Brilliant. We're going to put our legs flat, toes pointing to the ceiling, and then we're going to do the same movement with our hands and our cushion, this time with our legs out straight. So cushion up to the ceiling, and then above our head. Back to the ceiling, then back to our lap. And then keep repeating. Notice the difference between the bridge position and this position. Which one do you find easier? Which one do you find harder? Well done, make this your last repetition. Brilliant, and rest. Well done. Now, I'd like you to come back into the bridge position with your knees, and I'd like you to put the cushion to your side. So first of all, to the side of your left leg. And then what we're going to do is those single leg dropouts. So we're going to keep our right leg in position. Our left leg, we're going to let it drop to the side and see if we can get all the way down to our cushion. If we can we squish into our cushion a little bit? And then come back up to center. And then repeat. Well done. Find a rhythm that works for you and just slowly up and down, making sure that you try and get to that cushion if you can. And if you can get there, give it an extra push. Brilliant. Make this your last repetition on this leg. Well done. Now we're going to swap over legs. So move the cushion over to your right hand side. And then when you're ready, single leg drop out onto that right hand side. See if you can reach all the way down to the cushion. And if you can, give that cushion a little squeeze. Well done. Make this your last repetition. And come back to center. Well done. And then our last one for the mat today is going to be slightly more challenging. I want you to put the cushion in between your feet. Come back into bridge pose, but with your feet squeezing that cushion. So arms down by our side, our palms are flat on the floor, our knees are bent. But instead of lifting our bottom up, we're going to lift our feet up. So squeezing the cushion, I want you to tap into all of those core muscles, try and get them a big squeeze in if you can. And we're going to see if we can lift that cushion up and back down again. If you can keep that cushion between your feet, this is a really tough one. So you're doing really well just to give it a go. Well done. Keep that cushion between your feet if you're still going, and drop it down and rest. And we'll do a couple more of those. Keep the cushion between your feet, and then when you're ready to go again, lift up and down. Well done. You might feel a slight wobble in your core or in your legs. That's absolutely normal. Just shows that your body is being really worked. This is a real tough one. You're doing really well. Last repetition. You've got this. Here we go. Well done. And release and down. Great job. Well done. That's the end of our mat section. So it's also the end of our cushion for today. So we're going to put the cushion to the side and we're going to come back into a seated position. Well done. That was a real tough one. Here we go. Let's get ready for our cool down. Remember, if that mat section isn't available to you in the moment, that's absolutely fine. We do it because it eliminates gravity and it makes it a really nice, safe way for your body to be having some of that stamina and resistance training. So you can always do it first thing in the morning as a way to sort of wake your body and brain up for the day. Well done. It's time for our warm-up, cool down. Brilliant, you guys are going fabulously so far. Going to come on to our nice cool down now. So just notice as we go into this cool down of how your body feels, whether it feels any different than when it did when we started, whether it responds in a different way. Just be mindful of what your body's feeling and what's going on for you. So we're going to start by popping our chin on our chest. And then slowly rising up to look at the ceiling. And then back to the centre. Turn your head to the left. And then slowly over to the right. And back to the centre. And take your left ear towards your left shoulder. Back up to the centre. And then over to the other shoulder. And back up to the centre. Well done. We're going to do another twist. So we're going to take our right hand and reach it over our left shoulder, left side, and look over our left shoulder. And back to the centre. And then left hand over our right shoulder. And back to the centre. Well done. Now we're going to take our hands and we're going to swoop them up to the ceiling, follow it with our gaze, and then swoop down to the floor. This time I want you to take hold of your opposite elbow with your hand. Let everything hang heavy. We're just going to have a little bit of a sway here for a moment. Cooling everything off, loosening it off. Well done. and then release and slowly rise. Good job. We're going to take our right hand now, we're going to reach it across our body. We're going to take our left hand and gently pull it in, just ever so gently, till you feel a gentle stretch. Well done, and release. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. And release. Well done. We're coming down to our legs. We're going to start with our left leg. I'm going to place our heel on the floor, so our leg is nice and straight with our heel on the floor and our toes pointing upwards. The right leg stays bent. Then we're going to just lean slightly forward until we feel a bit of a stretch in our legs, just very gently. And then slowly come back up. Plant your feet again. We're going to swap over to the other side. So right foot gets planted, toes up to the ceiling, and slowly lean forwards. And slowly rise back up and release. Well done. We'll take our left leg now. We're going to hug it into our chest. So pull your leg in towards you with your arms. It's a bit of a gentle stretch. And release. Well done. And then do the same on the other side. And release. Good job. Well done. That completes our cool down. We're going to move into our relaxation now. Well done. Well done. That was a really great session. Thank you for completing week 2 of our summer series. It's now time for us to move into our relaxation. So I'd like you to get yourself into a comfy position. Today's relaxation is going to be what we call a visualisation. So I'll be transporting you to a woodland on a nice summer's day. So get yourself comfortable. And I'd like you to take a moment to just catch your breath. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just notice how your body is feeling after that workout, after it's been moved and active. Notice if it feels heavy, if it feels relaxed. Notice if there's any difference than when you started. And just take a moment to thank yourself for making that really tricky decision to come today, giving it your all, doing what you can. I know sometimes it's really hard. Well done for coming. Now we're going to come into our visualization. So I'd like you to imagine that you are, now we're going to come into our visualization. So I'd like you to take a moment to close your eyes. And I'd like you to imagine that we are walking through a summer woodland. There's a gentle breeze, but it's a nice warm breeze. The sun is peeking through the clouds. And you can see it through the trees. So now we're going to come into our visualization. So I'd like you to close your eyes. And we're going to start in a lovely summer meadow. So you're walking through the meadow. I want you to try and picture it in your mind's eye. The sun is shining. There's a gentle breeze. You run your hands through the long summer grass. It's dry underfoot. You can hear the gentle crunch of the ground as you walk along. The birds are tweeting, and there's a slight rustle of the wind through the trees. Take a moment to breathe in the warm summer breeze. Absorb the warmth of the sun through your skin. Enjoy the tickle of that summer breeze as it floats across your skin. So I want you to continue through the meadow. Then we reach the end of the meadow and we come into a woodland. It's a beautiful English woodland. Oak trees, sycamore trees. The sun is peering down through the canopy above. You find a nice grassy area. The grass in the woodland isn't dry. It's soft to touch. You lie down on the grass. You look up into the sky. You can see the gentle breeze affecting the canopy above, making it drift back and forth. You can feel that lovely warm summer breeze on your skin. You can hear a grasshopper hopping along somewhere nearby, and the gentle call of the birds in the trees. Feel the ground underneath you as you slowly let yourself sink into the grass. Feel your body getting heavy. You feel yourself becoming heavier and more relaxed. You notice that your breathing is slowed. I want you to stay here for a moment, lying on this grassy patch, completely supported by the warm earth underneath you, cooled by the gentle breeze, and distracted by the sound of the trees rustling and the birds tweeting. And just let yourself feel at rest, content, still. Well done. And when you're ready, slowly draw your focus back into the room. Open up your eyes. Give your fingers a wiggle. Well done. Great session today. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye.